Hello, people of the internet. Good afternoon, good evening, a happy Wednesday to you all. We have got a whole lot of music to check out, so let's dive right into it. We're back with the members from ADYA. They're one of the girl groups, part of this year's debutante class, and after their debut, they're making their first ever comeback slash release in the form of a remake single titled "What's Up," originally performed by Diva. Now, I don't know what the original song is. I didn't even know ADYA were planning a release pretty soon after their debut, but here we are, and I am ready to get into it. So, here we go. 4:3 aspect ratio, the kind of retro-inspired, like, numerical font on the SBS timestamp. I guess they're probably gonna do a kind of Y2K-esque vibe with this. Again, I don't know when the original song came out. I don't know what the original is supposed to sound like. So if it is from, that era of pop music, then understandable so. Without further ado, enough waffling, because we are on a time crunch today. Let's get into it. Here we go! This was not the direction I expected based off of the opening. Like, I don't want to call it like stereotypical Asian music opening, but it's like unapologetically cheesy, and I love it. Shout out the chiptune one time. Based on like the vocals so far, the song's pretty high. Just in general, higher than Per was for sure. Oh my god, it's so... I like... This type of like cheesy pop music is such a guilty pleasure for me. Hey, little dance break before the second verse. Or is this the bridge? They kind of threaded the rap version pretty nicely. I like how that progressed. Just the almost excessive amount of synthesizer just gives me so much happiness. Like, I can't get the smile off my face. Okay, so that was the second verse, so this is the bridge now. This is a long song. Oh yeah, almost 4 minutes. Means probably the song was probably like 3:40. Little synth solo chorus. Oh, is that where the song ends? So the final chorus is instrumental only. Oh, I'm kind of glad they let the cheesy synths do its thing at the end because oh my goodness, were those the cheesiest of synths. Well, here's the thing. This isn't gonna be for everybody. I know that. Like there's retro synth songs, like songs that you'd associate with kind of like cyberpunky retro synth stuff, like Keys Killer or Purple Kisses, Autopilot, songs like that. This is taking the retro synth sound to a whole different world, a whole different ballpark, and it's kind of glorious. I don't know why, but it was giving me Elton John Crocodile Rock vibes for a hot minute during that. I don't know why that song popped up in my mind, but it's just like it's one of those songs where I feel like if you had a little vocal part that went like na 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 na, like it'd work. Like it wouldn't be out of place if a vocal part, maybe like a gang vocal part in like a post chorus of all of them singing the same melody together, just like na 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 na. It just doesn't it feel like it would work? It's giving me that vibe, and this is a sound that like I genuinely don't think I've heard in. Well, I don't even know where I would have heard last a sound like this. Like this is I don't know how. Actually, I don't know what who ADYA are under. Starting House. I don't know what Starting House are treating this as. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like a fun little remake project, or if this remake project is supposed to be like a full-on studio release and whatnot. But just with the amount of fun the members look like they were having filming this, it's just so unserious, and that kind of joyful unseriousness translates so well through the music, and I love it. The I'll be honest, the opening like 10-20 seconds, the oops, up until like this point, I was slightly nervous as to where this was gonna go, because as someone who grew up in the West, so I grew up, I was might have been born in Japan, but I grew up in America around like American media and things like that. If you ever heard this kind of, I don't want to call it like overly East Asian sounding music, but this vein of music, you typically see it on like old films or sitcoms or things like that whenever a character of Asian descent would appear on screen, things like that. And it had me nervous. But then the whole vibe switch happened. And this comes in, it's like, where are we? What just happened? And where has this been all my life? God. Okay. Oh my goodness. I unironically really like this. It's borderline hilarious how much I like this. I don't know what, like, my first reaction to this is to just laugh. Not at it, with it. Like, for some reason, this song gives me, like, giggles. And I don't know why. Maybe it is that kind of, like, overly. Is it nostalgia? Because I don't know. Like, the closest feeling I could describe is nostalgia. Like, it's something along those lines. The thing is, like, I never really listened to Elton John, so I don't know where I would have picked up Crocodile Rock from, but there's some kind of connection there. Maybe it's like part of my personal history that I just don't remember anymore. Or at least I don't remember the full story and I remember fragments of it, and that's why I'm tying those two together, but it's just fun. It's fun and unapologetically cheesy, and I love it when artists do that. being K-pop idol and like making music and stuff is a very serious job, but you gotta have some fun with it once in a while. This is definitely having some fun with it. But that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness to may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!